So what I'm about to read you, I'm not saying it's the context of that application at all. It just made me think of something in Islam that I've heard. And so I was like, again, I'm not saying this is the exact person that it's talking about, but
It's just really interesting.
you'll just see what I'm saying when I read it. So Zechariah chapter 11, and we'll start from verse. Hey everyone, we're filming a late video. This is a new episode of our 90-day Bible plan, and so we're both exhausted right now. We look like a mess. I got my 7 brew coffee. This isn't a sponsorship.
He wants it to be though.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. This is dark chocolate with orange. So, anyways, we got exactly 3 days left. Gabby, how you feeling?
I feel like it's flown by. I feel like we just started like a month ago.
Yeah, that's crazy. And in today's episode, we just want to share some of our thoughts. We want to share some things that have caught our eye, and then just leave it at that. And then at the end of the series, we're going to do one big video talking about the entire plan, how it affected us. I don't know.
Yeah, what we learned.
Yeah, stuff like that. And so that'll be the bigger video. That'll probably be the next one after this, since there's only 3 days left. So anyways, let's just jump into this. So for me, I just want to say in the very beginning of all of this, it started off very genuine, I want to say. And that's scary to say that because I don't want to admit like, hey, it's not genuine anymore. But that's honestly what it kind of feels like. I feel like it got harder. Like every day that I've been reading lately, like I get real sleepy, which I know can be spiritual sometimes because that's what the enemy likes to do. It's like the moment you start to read, you just want to fall asleep. Plus,
Especially in bed.
yeah, plus it's late at night. But it does feel harder the more I did it. And that's kind of something I wanted to share because honestly, that's my question. Like, why is that? That makes no sense. I feel like it feels like it should have started off hard and then it got easier. But it started off really easy and it started off from a place of like, I want to do this. This is exciting. But then as I got closer to the end, it's only become harder.
I think it's because like in the beginning we had a better structure with it. Like in the beginning, I mean, oftentimes we didn't always read together the whole thing, most of the thing, honestly, because he would do it at work and then I would do it like with Lydia. And I think like honestly it was easier when we kind of did it that way. And then also a time together, sometimes we'd like finish it because there was like maybe 15 chapters and he would read most of it, I would read most of it, and then we would read the ending. So I think like the last like month of it maybe or so, we've kind of waited to the very end of our day to read, and that's what's made it harder because you have the pressure of you are tired, Dylan's worked all day, I've been home all day with Liddy, and we're in bed reading. And so I think for me that's what's made it harder, is waiting. But also like for me, I feel like I get my surge of energy sometimes at nighttime. It just kind of, if I'm moving, I'm awake. But when I sit still, that's when like I get tired.
Yeah.
When it's nighttime specifically.
That's why I got this. I never get coffee at night, but I knew like this video popped in my head when I was driving home because Gabby's family's been visiting. And so when I was driving home, I'm like, if I'm going to film this, I need to be awake. Because literally last night when I was reading, doing this Bible plan, I had to stand up like out of bed. Gabby was sleeping and I'm just standing, pacing the room.
I don't even know.
With my phone in my hand. I wasn't even using my paper Bible. I'm walking around with my phone, just reading, trying to keep my eyes open.
Yeah, when we use our phone, for me, I feel like it's easier to fall asleep. Like, I think it's because maybe, I mean, I know they say like the lights on your phone make it more stimulating and it's harder to fall asleep. But for me, it's so easy for me to be on my phone and just like knock
Especially
out.
when it's pitch black in there.
Yeah, but I think like holding the physical Bible is a little bit easier. So just some things we've learned for like our next plan of things to do differently.
I think another reason why it got harder too is because I feel like more life things started to happen, I guess. Like after work we would be doing something, or like right now your family's visiting, and so
life never stops.
Yeah, I feel like it got crazier. So weird. I'm trying to think of what else to share as far as like what we've been reading. I mean, today I was like, as we were starting this video, I was like, what am I even going to share? Nothing really stuck out to me today. I feel like as time went on, though, I will say the list of different things that we were reading kind of became shorter, which isn't, like, I hate to admit it, but it's nice because some chapters were like, but like today I got it done pretty quick because you were out here the whole time, so that was pretty quick. It's not that I was.
Oh yeah, that was quick. Yeah, you're right.
It's not that I was trying to get it done. It's just there were certain days where it's like, man, it feels like I'm reading like 30 chapters of the Bible.
Especially the Genesis chapter.
But do you have something to share first, or do you want me to share?
No, you can share what we were just talking about. I think it started in verse 15.
Yeah. Yeah, so we were reading in Zechariah chapter 11, and the reason why this stuck out to me, what I'm about to read, is because there was a time where I was very diligent about learning about Islam, and I was reading this book about what they believe and comparing end times events, from the Bible to Islam and what they believe. And for those of you who don't know, with all the current events and stuff going on in the world, Islam is spreading rapidly, and there's persecution in places like Nigeria, and obviously this ongoing war that's going on, and then you got people in America literally marching on the streets. You got like students in school, they have the flags up, and there's a lot of people who do not like Israel, and things like that. What's the word for anti-Semitism is a big thing right now. And there's just this verse in Zechariah chapter 11 that stood out to me. And so what I'm about to read you, I'm not saying it's the context of that application at all. It just made me think of something in Islam that I've heard. And so I was like, again, I'm not saying this is the exact person that it's talking about, but it's
just really interesting.
You'll just see what I'm saying when I read it. So Zechariah chapter 11, and we'll start from verse 15. Which is right here. Again, Adonai said to me, once more, take up the equipment of a foolish shepherd. For behold, I am going to raise up a shepherd in the land who will not care for the dying, seek out the young, or heal the injured, or nourish the healthy. Instead, he will eat the meat of the choice sheep, even tearing off their hoofs. Woe to the worthless shepherd who deserts the flock. May a sword fell his arm and his right eye. May his arm be all withered and his right eye totally blinded. There's a figure in it's not the Quran, but I think it's the Hadith. And basically this figure has a blind right eye. And then I think his left eye is even affected. But it's the right eye that's blind, and so it's like, it's just, that's...
Didn't you say it was a prophet?
I don't know if it's a prophet.
Y'all gotta look into it.
I know it's not the Mahdi or whatever. It's one of the other ones. The Dajjal? I think it's the Dajjal that has the blind right eye. We'll have to look it up. But that was just the first thought that came to me because there's all this stuff going on. So again, I'm not saying this is what it's saying and who it is. It was just like, wow, that's crazy, because if you compare the end times events in the Quran with the end times events in the Bible, it's basically just flip-flopped. And so just like we have Jesus returning, and just like we have an Antichrist who's going to show up, they also have different figures who will at some point show up.
Yeah, like their Messiah will be our Antichrist, and our Antichrist will be their Messiah.
Yeah.
If I said that correctly.
Yeah, I think.
We're so tired.
It's so late. But then, that's all we had. I mean, it was just something that came to my mind, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But something that I want to look up now is because it mentioned...
If his arm is...
that would be kind of crazy if it was, but we don't know.
We don't know yet, but we'll find out. So let us know if you guys are still in your Bible plans. I know a lot of people started a plan at the beginning of the year, and if you've stuck with it. And how it's been for you.
All right. 3 more days go.
Yep.
But nice business.